pretty humid morning. Alec is actually home. His schedule's looking a little weird these days, but it's nice because sometimes he comes home earlier. I am praising the Lord today because today is the first day I feel... Oh, hello. Today is the first day that I'm feeling much better for my allergies. I have not changed out of my clothes, so I'm gonna do that. Get ready. Say help, Mama. We're working on it. This is the first time that Stormy is letting Cove do this to her. It's quite sweet. Oh, okay, Stormy. Spoke too soon. Of course, Denver and Cove are best buds, always. That's so sweet, Cove. You love your doggies? Yeah. You can see my reflection of me taking a video. This is the first day that I'm dressing for warm weather. It's like 75 degrees, 80 degrees outside. Thank you. Is baby going to sleep? It's so nice of you. And Cove's wearing her little shorts too. Things are gonna be changing around here as of next week. I am transitioning from full-time business owner to full-time stay-at-home mom. It's hard for me to explain this because I feel like for some people maybe it doesn't seem like a very huge transition or doesn't seem like a big deal, especially if you don't have kids yet. It might not seem like a big deal. Maybe the majority of the people probably think that I have Cove already full-time at home and that I am a stay-at-home mom already, but I'm only that half the week. Just so many moving parts within our family, and I feel like we're finally getting to a point where we can have a little bit more stability. How is the business gonna go after this transition happens? I have no idea. And we're gonna have to play it by ear and see how it goes. And I'm gonna do as much planning and preparation as I can. But I think when it comes down to it, I just need to pour my heart into my role as a mother throughout this week and see where I can find those little pockets. What I love most about this recipe is just how quick and easy the prep time is, and you throw it all into one pot and let it cook. What I also love is that you can find all of these ingredients at your local grocery store. Everything is pretty simple. Something you should know about me, I've come a long way in the dishwashing department. I have always dreaded this chore, and even well after becoming a wife, I always just thought that Alec would be the one to bear that burden for me, and the Lord has changed my heart in that a lot. I know this might sound really silly and might feel like a small thing, but becoming a wife has truly been a sanctifying work by the Holy Spirit in the big ways and the small ways. This is what it looks like. This only took maybe an hour and a half to cook. And you could honestly let it simmer for a little bit longer. We didn't have bok choy. I forgot to get that at the store, which we usually would put bok choy in. Alec needs to get going tonight, and so I had to cook this a little faster than I normally would. But yeah, so broccoli is really yummy in it. Get some good greens in. A late night update on what the room looks like. I've taken a little break from thrifting, and I just wanted to give my wallet a little break. Even though, you know, it's thrifting, it's just a few dollars here and there, but it does add up when you go thrifting at least like a couple times a week. Anywho, my sweet friend Allison, she found me this cute little, I don't know if it's an actual oil painting, but it looks like an oil painting of fruit, and you know that's my favorite kind. So I've got 2 loaves proofing right now to put in the refrigerator while the first one bakes. It's a smaller one, and I used a different recipe. A little herb update. Look how tall this oregano is getting. Crazy. And it was drooping earlier today, so I watered them, and they're looking a little better. I put them out here because when they were in the greenhouse, they were being infested by gnats, which I don't think are all that to be concerned about, but I just did not like that. I might have watered it a little bit too much. So, oh, and some new little plants are growing out too, which is exciting. I need to figure out what I'm gonna do with this oregano. I don't really use oregano much, so I didn't really think it through as to why I bought the oregano. I really want to buy cilantro or plant cilantro. If you guys remember the earrings from last vlog, made them in green, and I'll be dropping these tomorrow. Not having an official restock, but I am dropping a few new designs, including these. Hey, Cove. So the unbelievable happened today. We sold the HRV for basically how much more over what we paid for?
Basically $6,000.
$6,000 over what we paid for it when we first bought it. We bought it back in August or September. July, which is crazy. We literally made money by buying that car. That's insane. All right, I thought I would come back on here to give you a little bit more explanation on what I was saying the other day. We've just been trying out different things and seeing where the Lord is taking us this past year and being in this house. When we first moved into this house back in April, Alec and I were still working together on the business and staying home with Cove. So we were all home at the same time, but that started to really put a lot of weight on our marriage. And so that's when he decided to start looking for another job. And then I would take on pretty much the bulk of the business responsibility. So he was working part-time at a men's premium goods shop, as well as helping me with the business. Once he started working that job, I started feeling a lot of pressure to be sustaining the business and growing the business while also watching Cove full time. So I think it was only a matter of a few weeks before we decided to put her into part-time daycare, which is what she's been doing the past 6 months now. And she's only been in daycare 3 days out of the 5 days of the week. That was working for a while for us. And then we got to this point where I just felt this tug from the Lord to have Cove with me at home. I would love to go into more of my specific calling that the Lord has placed on my life and that I feel like he's telling me, and me really just trusting and obeying and walking in the path that he has me. But that's basically what we're doing now, is slowly transitioning her out of daycare. So instead of 3 days a week, now she's only gonna be there 1 day a week. Also gives me a little bit more cushion and leeway to take care of business things and to tie any loose ends. But my main job is going to be Cove's mom. That's really exciting to me. I do know that it's possible, and women have time and time again been stay-at-home moms, homemakers, and also have run a business on the side or run a full-time business even. And I think that is incredible, but that's not what I believe is for me. And so it took me a long time to get here. I think it's been a long time coming that this is what I have been supposed to do, but I do think that the Lord's timing is perfect. I want to share this experience because I don't believe that I'm the only mom out there that has really struggled with making sure that my identity isn't placed in motherhood, but also fully showing up for my children and my husband and my home. I truly believe that that's where the Lord has me this season. And for as long as we are gonna have small babies in the house, that's where he's gonna have me. It's been really hard for me to be able to articulate this concisely. So I think this is just gonna be an ongoing conversation on the channel about me really fully stepping into my role as a mother. I grew up with a working mom, and for a good chunk of my childhood, my grandma was my primary caretaker throughout the week. And so I didn't really know anything different from that. Whereas my mother-in-law was a stay-at-home mom for all of her kids' childhood. And this is not to say that I'm not gonna be spending any time on the business. It's just not gonna be my baby anymore, because for the longest time, it was my baby. Yeah, so if you followed me from the beginning of when I first started Maricata and from when I first got married to Alec, like, that is so cool that you are here still. But also, I've grown so much since then, and I'm allowing God to really inform me of what he wants to do with my life and walking in that. Anyway, I think that's where I'm gonna end the vlog today. Like I said, this is gonna be an ongoing conversation, and if you have any questions about anything I talked about, please let me know. The human experience is very hard to articulate because it's so complex. So anyway, I love you guys, and thank you for watching this video.